What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Plant Movement Podcast. My name is Willie Rodriguez, and boy, do we have something special in store for you guys today. Today, I am in Doral, Florida, sitting in a beautiful showroom. As you see, we're in a different scenery, and today we are with Ruben Echevarria from Top Turf, that they are one of the biggest in Miami when it comes to Synlawn. They teamed up with Synlawn, that they are a distributor of synthetic turf. They do ivy. They do so many different things. They also install all the products that they sell. And we are here sitting in the showroom with Ruben Echevarria. Thank you, man, for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. Your story is awesome. What you guys are doing is awesome. This building is amazing. It's like next level. If you guys are local, stop by and say what's up, because it's a beautiful spot. You have a huge building with a showroom, and you have a warehouse in the back with everything that you have on the showroom sitting in the back, so people can come and pick up whatever they want, right?
Absolutely. 2,500 square foot of showroom. Got about another 1,500 square feet of office space upstairs, and then about 13,000 square feet of warehouse.
Oof.
Right off the showroom
It's
floor.
beautiful. It looks like Home Depot here. Home Depot of turf.
Yeah.
Synthetic turf.
Yeah, we stock everything here locally in Doral.
That's awesome. And turf, guys, for those of you that don't know, synthetic turf has blown up to a whole nother level, and it's being used in so many different projects, like all over, for yards and walls and hotels and homes, residential, high-end, low-end, it don't matter. You can put it anywhere.
Wherever there's a floor and a wall, we can install it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I even see people do stuff like to cover their AC units, and, you know, the options are endless, and I'm sure anything that any customer can think of, you guys can make it happen.
Absolutely. There's nothing we can't do, for sure.
And you dive into even artificial plants and all this stuff. We're going to dive into the whole thing, guys. Today, dude, I want to start off, and I really want to get your backstory on how you got into this line of business and what it took you to get here. I want to know, talk to me. Tell me about your backstory on how you got to be here today.
So my backstory is in newspaper sales. So I actually worked for the Miami Herald for about 10 years, selling newspaper subscriptions.
That's cool.
From about 15 years old till about 21, I was selling door-to-door newspaper subscriptions. So I did very well, and then became a manager at the Miami Herald about 21, selling. I was actually managing the same folks that I was doing. And then from 21 till about 25, I was a manager at the Herald, and then moved on to a company called Miami New Times. Miami New Times does advertising for restaurants.
Okay.
That's where I met Furman, who owns Monster Grass.
Okay.
He just had started the company, and he asked me to help him with sales as a part-time gig. And I said, why not? It's a commission job. I can learn something new, and I have time to do it since we were outside sales reps. So I said yes, and I started helping him out that way.
So turf was something you had no clue about?
I had no clue about, and really no one did. I think at the time, this was about 9-10 years ago, there were probably two other companies that were local in Miami. So our sales we're learning on the fly. Our installers were learning on the fly.
Yeah, it was fresh. It was new. You guys were like pioneers in a way.
Our first installer was Peter, who owns Turf Tech Pros now. He was in construction, so he was very intelligent, and he was kind of learning on the fly too. But he had construction knowledge. So then he was also training other folks wherever we can find them. Typically, they came from landscape business, or they came from a paver business.
Okay.
So those were the guys that we actually hired and contracted because they already know how to do the base work.
The prep work is the most important thing.
Right. That's the foundation of turf. So the foundation of turf is exactly what it is to put pavers on top of.
Okay.
The same
concept.
Same base work. So then, we started installing turf. We started buying from distributors from California, from Texas, whoever would give us credit.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
At the time, every turf company in California and Texas were trying to get into Florida. So they would give us 30 days credit.
No problem.
No problem at all. No proof of income, nothing. So we started buying from them a little bit. We would ship the product to homes because we didn't have a warehouse.
Okay.
That
works. That works. That's a good idea.
A lot of times they were late, so we'd have to stop the job. But yeah, that's what we did. So that's how we started. We'd get a deposit, buy the material. The material would arrive to the customer's home, and we'd start the project.
Okay, so that's how you started.
And we would have customers actually stock the product in their garage till we got there.
Till you got there. No, whatever, dude. When you are starting, whatever works. And that's what worked at that time. So then after that, you have been doing it for a while. You were working for this guy.
Yeah, I was working with Monster Grass for a while. Then we split up, and I went to go work for Synthetic Lawns of Miami, another turf company in Miami. for a couple years. As a sales rep there, I met my future partner.
Okay.
He was a customer of mine. He had just come from Venezuela a couple years before. He wanted to invest in a business, so he asked me to be a partner with him.
And he's the guy from Synlawn.
He was a Synlawn customer.
Synlawn customer.
Yeah. I was the sales rep.
So your client reaches that sometimes, dude. Like I have my relationships with my clients. Some of these guys are really good friends because we're involved in the same industry, right? So it's like if we're killing it together, right, and we're involved in it together, that's what builds a really good friendship.
Sure.
So I'm sure he saw what you brought to the table, and he had money, wanted to invest. He's like, let's start something.
That's right. He wanted to invest in a business. He had been trying to invest in a business for about a year. Wasn't doing well. Didn't really know the language. Didn't know the area. Him and I kicked it off really well. He loved the product. We had installed it at his home.
Okay.
And so he asked me to partner up with him.
And then that's when you guys came up with Top Turf.
Well, then so we partnered up, and then we had to come up with a name. I actually came up with the name with my uncle. My uncle and I are big baseball fans. We used to collect Top cards.
Okay.
So I said Top Turf. I looked it up. There was nothing registered under Top Turf.
Okay.
And my uncle drew up a logo. He's a painter.
Okay.
He drew up a logo for us.
And that's the logo.
And that's the logo that still stands.
And your uncle's kicking. He's alive and well.
And my uncle's doing really well. He's in the mortgage industry, and
that's awesome.
He's doing very well. I talk to him every day.
So he gets to see you. He's probably proud of that logo.
Yeah. So my partner and I, we partnered up. We bought an old pickup truck, 2003 pickup truck to get started, a Ford F-250. We went to Torino Trailers here in Doral. We had Torino make us a trailer.
Shout out to Torino.
Yeah, man, he's great.
I've known those guys for my whole life.
Awesome. Joaquin, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He built us a trailer, brand new trailer, that has the hydraulics and everything, could lift up and down and carry a lot of weight. So we built that, and that's how we got started in our first project. Our first project was in Miramar off an Instagram ad.
That's crazy.
That we had just posted. I think it was like a $3,500 job.
Okay.
And
that's not bad for a first job.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. They trusted us. You know, we did a good job. I had to supervise the hell out of the job, so I was there all day, every day, making sure that the seams looked good and the base was good.
But from you being at Monster Grass, you learned at least you weren't. Were you involved in installing at all, or just the marketing?
I was never
side?
an installer. No, I was always in sales.
But I'm sure you went to jobs and saw.
But I went to jobs, and I knew how to. Yeah, I knew how to do the whole install. And a lot of those guys on the weekends, they would be subbed out.
Okay.
So I actually did the job on a weekend.
With the same guys.
With the same guys that were installing in other companies. So actually, so they would work Monday through Friday. Saturday, I had them come and do the job in Pines. It was a quick job. It was like a 1 or 2 day job. And we were done by Sunday, and Monday I was paid.
That's awesome.
And that payment that we received, we put it away in a bank account and kept saving. And that was 2 years of actually not any of us collecting a single dollar from the company. Yeah.
Guys, so you heard what he said, right? So he saved and saved and saved, and he didn't collect a dollar for 2 years.
No, because I was still working. Actually, at that time, I was actually working for the food industry. A company called Cisco is the largest food distributor in the world, actually. And I was receiving a salary, a six-figure salary from Cisco, and I was doing turf part-time.
Okay.
My partner was doing turf full-time.
Okay.
From 2017 till about 2019. Till about 2019, we had a conversation and said, Ruben, it's time for you to come full-time. At that time in 2019, I was able to leave my job and do the company full-time.
What was the company doing in let's say, revenue for the year at 2019 for you to get out of your full-time job that you had and get a salary over there?
We were doing $1.5 million our second year.
So your second year doing $1.5 million, so at that point it had enough to at least pay your bills, right?
I had to sacrifice a little bit. I was making about $500 less a week in the company.
But it is what it is.
But
it's
I said it didn't matter. I'm going to sacrifice. I spoke to my wife. We were just living in a little 2-bedroom apartment where our rent was low. We didn't have much expenses, and I said, if I dedicate enough time to the business, we're gonna be able to be okay. So that's how it was. For now I've been full time in the business for about 4.5 years.
That's crazy.
And I haven't left.
You haven't left. You're still here. No, and you're only building. You're building it to to the moon, and we're gonna get to all that. But what I love what you said, dude. Like me, whenever I start a business, I give myself 5 years. Willie, you're not gonna take any money for 5 years because that's how it is, right? Yeah. The more money you do, remember, money's a tool. So the less you touch, the more you have to put back in.
That's right.
And as we can see, we're in this fire showroom, right? So I can tell that you are making the right moves. And we're going to continue with your story because it gets better, guys. So then how did you acquire the showroom? Or did you start here or you started somewhere else?
No, actually, we started in my partner's home in his garage.
Okay.
Till one day we were opening and closing the garage so often that the garage motor broke. His wife then tells us, "You guys need to get the hell out of here.
Get out of here quick." Yeah.
So we rented a small 2,400 square foot warehouse in Doral.
Okay.
Our first warehouse in Doral. We were doing 1 year contracts to see how things were going and progressing. We were there for a year, and my partner, who's a huge risk taker, who had a lot of, who felt like this business was going to do very, very well.
He had a vision.
He had a great vision, and I felt like this business was also going to do very well. We were starting to get a lot more business, a lot more calls, a lot more leads. We were doing better work. Mm-hmm. We decided to then move from a 2,400 square foot warehouse to about a 6,000 square foot warehouse.
And this was warehouses with no showrooms.
No, well, all warehouses have had a showroom, but our first warehouse showroom was about 300 square feet.
A little showroom.
It was probably like a 10 by 15, something like that.
Yeah, but you had one. Most people probably don't have a showroom.
We had a showroom in the front and then 2 offices in the back and then a warehouse that was probably about 1,500 square feet.
Okay.
I mean, we can barely move the forklift inside of it.
Yeah, well, it shelves to the roof probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we outgrew it. And then we put a deposit on a bigger warehouse with a bigger showroom.
Which was the 7,000 square foot one.
Yeah, which is not too far from here. There we rented for about 2 years. Mm-hmm. We killed it. We were doing very well there. We outgrew that one. And then we've been here at this new location. This total location is about 25,000 square feet for about 3 years now.
That's awesome. And it's great because you have space to put everything. And you're telling me that you're almost to the point where you got to go get another one.
Yeah. We're at the point right now. Our warehouse has 1 million square feet of materials, and we're at the point now that there's not enough space.
1 million square feet of turf.
Yeah. Of turf only.
Turf only.
And that doesn't even include the pallets of infill, nails, seam tape, glue.
All that other stuff. And all the other stuff that you sell besides
ivy,
turf.
topiary balls. I mean, so we're outgrowing it. We're outgrowing it quickly. Yeah.
But that's great.
And we're also stocking. This is our headquarters for Orlando. We have an office in Winter Garden and soon to be West Palm Beach. So this is going to be our headquarters. Our Miami office is going to be our headquarters. So it's getting to the point where we're going to need to.
So you guys are growing to the point that now you're reaching other markets, like other cities. So you're opening one in Palm Beach currently, and you have one established in Orlando
for the last 2 or 3 years in Orlando.
2 or 3 years. Yeah. And it's the same thing, same concept, showroom, beautiful showroom with space to put everything.
Yeah, Orlando's got about a 7,000 square foot warehouse showroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so this is the biggest one.
This is the biggest location. Yeah, this is our hub. And then everything we have trucks that take material from here to the other locations.
And you are the only distributor for Synlawn turf, right? That company, they're a manufacturer of turf?
Yeah, so Synlawn's the largest turf manufacturer in the U.S., and they have many distributors in every state. In Florida, there's actually 3 distributors, but Miami, Synlawn Miami, which are Synlawn Miami, we have the largest part of the state. So we go from Key West all the way up to Orlando. And then there's Synlawn Tampa and Synlawn Jacksonville. So we don't do those areas.
Okay.
And then Synlawn Tennessee comes down to about Destin, Florida, Pensacola. So we also don't do the Panhandle, but we have from Orlando basically all the way down south.
So do you do deliveries?
Yeah, we do, absolutely. We do deliveries for the whole state.
So you guys sell the product anywhere from Orlando to Key West. You will deliver it. Listen to this, guys. If you need turf, they will deliver it to you anywhere from Orlando down to the Florida Keys, and you guys also install.
Yeah, so we're actually 2 companies in one. We're Top Turf Miami Artificial Grass, which does installs only, and then we're Top Turf Wholesale, which does sales of turf and all materials for
the wholesale
retail guys. and contractors. And
contractors. So all you landscapers that are doing this stuff, that are dabbling into it, you can reach out to them, and you can come
Best
pick
prices
it up.
For sure, 100%.
And the quality of material.
Excellent quality material. So we have imported product and American product. So every price range imaginable. We give credit to contractors.
Okay.
You know, so,
You heard that, guys?
so you don't have to pay COD. You know, you can come pick up your material, pay 15 days later, no problem at all. You know, we'll obviously take some information down, but no problem at all. We also give, you know, if you bring a resale tax certificate, we'll reduce the taxes from your invoice. We're open Monday through Saturday, which I think we're the only turf company open Monday through Saturday.
Okay.
You know, until 3 p.m. on Saturday. So, you know, for you turf installers out there, paver guys, landscapers, we're open all day.
All day.
Almost every day.
And then so Synlawn has a bunch of different styles, because I'm looking at it over here on this wall. You have Sun Pro, Sunset Pro, K9. These are all different. Different like textures or different looks, right?
Right. So Synlawn carries a lot more product than this. These are the only products that we carry locally here in Miami that customers choose to buy. But there's many different types of colors, right? So the grass comes in different shades depending on where you're from. Okay. So we'll carry the darker shades, which are the St. Augustine grasses. We'll carry them for those California folks, those New York folks that are coming down from those states that are living here now that like their grass a little bit darker. And then if you're a Floridian, or you know, you're from the Caribbean, you like the lighter shades. So you got the Sunset Pros, the Suns, the K9s. Those are your Miami turfs.
And I see different color turfs: red, white, purple, yellow, and black.
We have agility turf. So if you own a gym, we do a lot of CrossFit gyms. We do a lot of local gyms. So if you have a school, we can do logos in different colors.
Oh wow! So custom. People can call and make a whole custom piece.
Oh, absolutely. We've done a lot of custom pieces. Any logo, any design, you name it. We just did something for Red Bull. We've done something for many gyms. You know, for the Marriott, for the Marlins, you name it. Our manufacturer can do it. They have a huge water jet machine that can go ahead and create anything. So, and padded turf. For playgrounds, for CrossFit gyms, you can push sleds on them.
Padded turf is what, like that rubberized mulch? Is that what that is?
No. There's a 5 millimeter inch padding underneath the turf.
Oh, okay. So it gives
cushions,
that sponge.
It cushions the fall of the athlete on the product. Yeah, and then there's hole punch turf for outdoor applications, so it drains. So the padded turf is going to be mostly for indoor applications.
Wow. I know the Marlins Stadium. I went the other day. Everything's turf. I actually walked out there. My son plays baseball, guys, so. Like the whole field, the whole team, not the whole team, but the whole what is it called? The league. So it was like 12 teams. We got to walk out on the field, and it used to be grass, and I'm like, dude, this is synthetic. It's turf, and that was a huge project. Yeah, I'm assuming. But do you guys do any of that rubberized style mulch?
Yeah. So rubber mulch we put in our sports fields, so soccer fields, football fields. It helps cushion the turf so they don't hurt themselves when they fall.
Okay.
That's only for sports fields. For homes, we use what's called EnviroFill. It's a green-coated silica sand. It absorbs water, so it kills the bacteria, so you don't get mold or mildew. Yeah. Also, it's great for ammonia for dogs. So if the dog urinates on the grass, it doesn't smell like urine.
It doesn't smell, and all that stuff drains because it's just sand underneath.
Drains
right?
180 inches an hour. Imagine a room 10 by 10.
180 inches an hour.
Yeah, but really, the drainage is more in the base, right?
Yeah.
So the way we do our base, which it's the way you should do your base, is using 3 inches of drain rock or lime rock. Okay?
First.
Not just pouring sand on dirt. Okay, so you got to first remove the grass, 3-4 inches of grass, remove some topsoil, and then put your rock and then your what's called concrete fines or screening sand. Okay. So it's not paver sands, it's not beat sand.
It's thinner.
It's thinner and it has rock in it, like pea rock in it.
Okay.
You wet it and then you plate compact and it gets nice and hard.
It gets hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets hard. So it absorbs a lot of the urine.
It'll still drain.
It drains really well. The turf itself has a drain hole about every 3-4 inches apart.
Okay.
So it drains really well. You also want to install the turf on a pitch. You don't want it to be completely flat. Yeah. A little bit of an incline.
Okay.
You don't want it to be completely flat so that water runs through it. So all that helps. And obviously the Synlawn product has drain holes that are a 1/4 inch apart. I mean, these drain holes are huge.
They're huge.
So water. I mean, I have Synfescue 343 in my house, and I mean, we install next to the ocean. People, have their sea docks. The water comes up, it's gone. In hours, the ocean water is gone. Yeah,
that's crazy, and it's crazy that it can get wet like that, and everything stays intact.
Everything stays intact. But if it didn't, we give warranty, and we're there once you call.
Yeah. And so imagine, guys, anything you want, they can make. If you want your logo on it, like you said, you could do it. Any color, they got you. Whatever it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to do an indoor baseball field, they'll hook you up and do that too. Anything you want.
Indoor soccer, indoor football, indoor baseball, indoor basketball, indoor whatever, tennis.
Anything.
You name it.
Anything.
Right?
So cool. So talk to me, man. You guys have done, thousands of installs by now in the past 10 years?
We do on average about 700 installs a year.
700 installs.
We're going on our 6th year, so I would say thousands.
Thousands of installs, man. So I'm sure you got some crazy stories, man.
Yeah.
Tell me. I just want to hear a couple stories of. Tell me one of the projects that really like molded you to learn to not get into that predicament again.
You know, I mean, any crazy stories in particular, I off the top of my mind, I can't remember, but every house has a story, right? There's always an issue you got to deal with, right? There's always something that comes up, either, so that we're big on cleanliness, right? So the biggest issues I used to receive in the beginning were your guys are dirty. Your guys are leaving their food garbage everywhere. Your guys are, they're staining my pavers. They're walking on my pavers next to where, they're stepping on dirt and walking on my pavers.
And now it's dirty.
So now, the guys have to spend 2 hours of their time when they're done. Instead of going home, they got to clean. Yeah. So that, where a big story one time is that they parked on top of a septic tank. Oof. Broke the septic tank in half. Cost me 10 grand.
Ooh, and that was when? A couple of years. Now it's probably 20 or 25 grand that was to do a septic.
2-3 years ago. But
wow.
So now they're not allowed to park on a driveway. They got to park on the street.
Yeah. You learn.
Of course, you're going to go through a million setbacks. You're going to lose money on a ton of projects because of the amount of issues you're going to have.
Of course, man, it's crazy.
We then hired an operations manager. We hired a project manager, and their job is to make sure
they know where everything's at under the ground.
That
That's one of their
that
jobs.
the installers leave this warehouse with all the information that they need
to get it done.
Where to park, where to access, where to go in through, where to go out through.
How much turf they need, what you're doing at the project.
How much turf they need. They need a plan of where the turf is going to be installed, because I have customers tell me, add a little bit more turf to the right, add a little bit more turf to the left. No. You paid for this amount.
You paid for this, and this is the
blueprint. If you want
blueprint.
more turf, I'm gonna have to charge you for it. Yeah. But homeowners always want to talk to the installers. So we make sure that the installers make sure that they call me, they call their sales rep, they call anybody in the office and say, look, this is what they're asking for. This is not what we're told to do. What do I do? And then we'll go ahead and figure it out.
They get it off their back and it goes into you guys' hands.
That's right.
And you do work for all different types of people, from regular residential homes or an apartment in the backyard in a little spot, all the way up to the one percenters, all the high end, the big boys, the celebrities, the whole nine.
Yeah, I mean we don't have a minimum like most turf companies do have a minimum. We'll do a $1,500 job and we'll do a $500,000 job. We've done them all. We don't say no to anybody that wants turf. And that really goes back to those about 4 years ago. We did a $1,200 job that resulted in a $80,000 job from the same customer. He ended up being a hotel owner in Orlando, in Kissimmee.
Okay.
So he was so happy with his $1,200 job, he asked me to go measure his hotel in Orlando. And I showed up to the hotel in Orlando, and I'm like, okay, great. Where's the area? He was in Brazil, I think, when I spoke to him on WhatsApp. And he's like, measure the yard. I'm like, well, I'm here. Where's your yard?
What yard are you talking about?
I'm in a hotel, and there's a lot of yard here. He's like, no, measure the yard behind the pool. I get to the yard behind the pool. I go, sir, you got about 2 acres worth of yard here.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, that's the area I need you to measure.
Oh, Lord. And what was he trying to do there? Just make an oasis?
A big turf field.
For his guests to
go run around.
That's crazy.
And so I measured it. I went back to my partner. This is what he wants. This is the measurement. Put a price together for him, and we didn't know what to, do we price them high? Do we price them low? Do we want the job for social media? Do we want to make money? Because is he really going to pay for this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ended up being that we charged him, I think it was like 85 grand.
Okay.
And he paid for it.
But that's cheap now, because now it's
now that's a $200,000 job now.
Today.
Yeah. everything was cheaper then. The labor I found in Orlando, very cheap, you know, and we found actually an excavation company that would remove everything at like 25 cents a square foot.
So it was super cheap to get it done.
I took installers from Miami to Orlando. I set them up in the hotel. He didn't charge us for the hotel.
Okay.
So they basically ate and slept for free. For 2 weeks.
Which that's a great thing, because that could be expensive too. A hotel nowadays is $200-$300 a night for like, let's say what I call the Roach Motel, right? It's probably like $150-$200. Sorry guys, Eddie's looking at me like, dude, what are you doing? but it's the truth, right? I feel like you know, we've all probably stayed in a Roach Motel once in our life. When I was a kid in high school and we go to Orlando, it was the Roach Motel with the AC on the wall, and that's what it was, right? Because that's all you can afford.
No, these guys. I mean, the hotel was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but you know, it didn't matter. It was free.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And they were there for 2 weeks, and they killed it. They did well. You know, we got paid on it. So I tell all my sales reps, I tell everybody who's ever worked here, it doesn't matter the size of the job, just do it. Just do it. I don't care if you made money or not, just do it, because you never know who the referral can be from that project.
Yeah, and what something else that comes to mind too, like all, you know, whoever's listening, hotels, big buildings, whatever, you guys have made a lot of money the past 2 years, and you need to get rid of it. So a great way to get rid of it is making your space look better and more pleasant for your client. So doing things like that is a great way to reinvest, defer taxes, and get more customers in to make more the following year.
Absolutely. He actually rents the location to play soccer games and stuff like that. So, you know, he actually makes money on that location.
Is that the biggest project you guys have done?
The biggest project we've done till date. Yeah.
2 acres. That's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's huge.
We've done, I mean, we're working right now on a 20,000 square foot job. We've done 30,000 square foot job, 40,000 square foot jobs. We just closed on the Aquilina and Sunny Isles, which is about 30,000 square foot job. So, I mean, we've done big jobs, but that's definitely the biggest job we've done.
And that too, like me just thinking about it, the prep work, like you said, is so important. It has to be so right, because if not, like I've seen people that they, you know, on Instagram and stuff like that, YouTube, they'll film with a drone. It's a big area of turf, and you'll see like a wave, or you'll see like, you know, a dip or something, and it's like, oh man, you know, the prep work needs to be very, very well, because if not, you will get, you know, it won't be 100% right. It won't look flat and won't look perfect.
Yeah, we hired an excavation company. We hired a paver company that's used to doing big jobs,
and they do that for you here. Or you guys do all that in-house now?
No, we do that in-house in Miami.
In Miami.
At the time, now we do it in-house in Orlando.
In Orlando, you hired them.
At the time, we hired that paver company.
Yeah, because you guys were growing.
We didn't have anybody in Orlando. There was really no turf company in Orlando that we can even subcontract. So we hired a paver company to do the base, and then we drove up 3 installers from Miami to do the seams and install the actual turf itself.
Of course, man. No, you can't do it all. We can't all do it all. We always need help. How... just ask you a question, because you are someone that has started a business. You had an investor, right? And then you guys went growing. You have this showroom. Now you're in Orlando. Now you're opening up in Palm Beach with another showroom, right? Trying to take over, right? The steps that it's taken you to get here, how much sacrifice have you done to get here today?
A ton of sacrifice. That's my wife.
A ton of sacrifice. And you have 3 kids as well.
Yeah. This is a business that if you're not fully dedicated to it, you're not going to succeed.
But I feel like any real business with employees and everything, you have to be there.
You have to be dedicated. My first sacrifice of not making any money for 2 years, you know, before I came and did this. We were just reinvesting into the business.
Everything. How important is that?
100% of the money.
How important is that?
Yeah, it's huge.
To tell these guys how important it is.
Your business is nothing without marketing and branding. So we were saving money to buy trucks, to put a down payment on a warehouse. Our down payment was $20,000.
Yeah.
In our warehouse.
With someone that's just starting, that's huge, guys. Think about it, $20,000 just for a down payment.
And we weren't worried about selling projects because we were saving money. So we had $500,000 in the bank. So we didn't care if we didn't sell a project this week or next week or the week after.
You were advertising during the time that
we were advertising. We hired Home Advisor. We went to every home show with Adam.
Yeah,
shout out to Adam.
What's up, baby?
That's my boy.
That's my boy, man. I love Adam.
So we did
Adam
every
Case.
home show in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, you name it.
Palm
We got
Beach.
a lot of great business from there in the beginning. Home Advisor, Angie's List. We put $15,000 a month into Google.
Wow.
You know, that was the beginning.
That was the beginning.
But we had the money to do it because we saved. You know, and this wasn't our main income.
So
for 2
branding,
years.
so branding and advertising is super duper important.
Absolutely, especially in this business, everybody's Googling turf. You know, it's like
You want to pop up.
you want to pop up. You want to pop up on the first page, and you know, in order to do that, you got to invest money.
You have to, man. You have to. It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
And from
It
there,
becomes more organically over time. At this
Yeah,
point,
for sure.
I mean,
It's all word of mouth,
Top
probably.
Turf is you know, if you're looking for, if you know turf, you know Top Turf. You know?
Yeah.
But it's taken a lot of time to get here.
No, and you guys have built your reputation by coming through. If something goes wrong, you make it right.
That's right.
Whatever you got to do, you've invested.
Customer service. This is a customer service based
Business,
business. You know.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, this is customer service. We're babysitting customers, our employees, all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
so the better you do it, the more return you get.
That's right. I don't even consider ourselves a turf company at this point. You know? We're a sales customer service business.
Yeah.
What happens in this business is that a customer, obviously you invest a lot of money. This is not a cheap product, right?
Yeah.
This is very expensive for a lot of customers. For most people, it's expensive. So, you know, they're pouring whatever money they have in their savings a lot of times into this product. So we have to make sure that they're happy, right?
No, and the product lasts about how long?
Well, the turf itself has a 15-year to a lifetime warranty. So our imported product has a 15-year warranty from the manufacturer, and then our American product has a lifetime warranty.
Lifetime. You think
from
it'll
Synlawn.
last that long?
I think it's basically a discoloration warranty.
Okay.
So it's not like degradation or anything like that, but it's clear coated and protected so it won't discolor.
And you think that, well, depending on what it is and depending where you install it, this over time will save people money versus, let's say, cutting the grass.
Oh, absolutely. I think what you save in landscaping, what you save in I love landscapers, by the way, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I love them too because
Our biggest customers.
The landscapers are the best.
So I tell landscapers all the time, get into turf because this is the future.
Yeah.
You don't make money cutting grass.
Yeah.
You're going to make money installing turf.
No,
because
and there's big money.
Every homeowner is going to want turf in their house eventually. So
yeah, because grass is what it is. Like you
It's
come, like you said, you were born in
dirty.
Hialeah.
Yeah.
Hialeah is known for, let's say, Hialeah is known for concrete from the asphalt of the road to the backyard to the fence, and that's what a lot of those older Hialeah homes was no grass. It was just straight concrete. So now at least they can put turf.
They can
and
put
it looks
turf
green.
on the concrete.
Concrete.
So that's what we do a lot of times. So they want a green space, but they don't want to remove the concrete. Just put it right on the concrete.
Put it right on it.
And it looks like you've had grass all along. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Crazy, man. Yeah. So imagine you guys have done so much. You have reached, I'm sure you've reached, goals that you have never thought or that it was a dream and today is a reality.
Yeah, it's incredible.
To be sitting in the showroom, excuse me, there's just so much that goes into the showroom, from even the gloss finish on the floor. The way you guys made framing to do everything. Right, I'm vivid. I'm looking at everything. I'm trying to describe it to the people that are on the podcast. So the floor is nice and gloss. He's got ivory all over the wall. He's got glue stands. He's got all these different types of synthetic turfs that you can get, different colors, different variations. All back here, he's got all this ivory. Stay tuned for the vlog, guys. You got to check out the vlog because we're going to do a vlog today as well. But it's like, it's cool, man. I love talking to people that had a vision, had a dream, fought every day to make it happen, knew what you had to do. The great thing is that you had something established already where it didn't take from your pocket, right? And so you were able to do what you got to do here, but you kept paying the bills at home. So, because that's a big thing.
Right.
That's a huge thing. Me, when I started, I had like 4 or 5 things that I would do to not touch the money from my business, right? So, and to see you here today, dude, with this monster of a warehouse, right? Doing all these projects all over the place, working for everybody, even the 1%ers, right? With the name that you guys have, being a distributor, only distributor from Orlando to the Keys for Synlawn, right? Like, congratulations.
Yeah, no, we're super happy. We're super thrilled. I mean, I pinch myself every day because and I talk to my wife all the time because where we started from a garage in a home,
crazy,
till here 5-6 years later.
It's crazy.
If you think about it, that's really no time.
It's no time.
It's no time.
6 years is
but
big of an
we were gutsy. We're risk takers. We said we believed in ourselves. We were confident enough to know that this is going to work. We've started something. We're in a business right now. It's a niche business, but people want it. People are interested in it.
Of course.
And then we started noticing that and said, let's keep growing. Let's keep growing. Let's keep growing. Let's not look back. Let's not be scared.
Yeah, you can't be.
But But
if your business is asking you to grow, you grow.
That's right.
Regardless of the times, right?
That's right.
And we could talk about it real fast. The times right now, I've been dying to talk about it, but I don't, because I want to give nothing but solutions and positivity to the world. But the way things are, everyone's holding back.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And look, and this is something I was talking to someone the other day about it on the phone. Imagine if you wouldn't have got this plot. You're like, oh, bro, the economy, whatever. Let's stay at the 7,000 square foot place. You wouldn't have this today. How much money have you made because you have this place? Mm-hmm. How much more turf and rolls and ivory and this and that have you been able to sell because you have this place that it's here? You don't have to wait for it to get shipped.
We don't have to wait for it.
It's here, right?
You can come pick it up and take it home a minute later.
Yeah. So imagine if you wouldn't have done that, holding back, right? All the opportunity you would have lost, right? How many people have come in here undecisive if they're going to use Top Turf, and they walk in here and they're like, yeah, let's go.
Sure, it happens
every day.
Every day.
Top Turf is the spot, right? That's the guy, Ruben.
The simple fact that we can exhibit it and you can take it home immediately is everything. It's everything.
It's very hard to, and that's what sets you apart from other people. A lot of people that do turf, they're installers of turf.
Yeah, it's chuck in the truck, right? Yeah. That's what turf companies are.
Yeah, it's just
99% of them. It's a guy that comes in a pickup truck and a trailer and give me a deposit. I need to order the product. It'll arrive 2 weeks from now.
Which is fine. Yeah. But you guys have an actual showroom, which that sets you apart from a lot of other installers.
We have somewhere you can go.
Yeah,
if you have an issue. If I don't answer the phone, you can come knock on my door.
Yeah, and the door's open.
The door's open. You can look for me. You can see the product. You can touch the product. You can see the rolls. You can see that it's here.
Yeah. Do you have, real quick, now that I have this on my mind, when it comes to the custom stuff, do you guys 3D image it?
Yeah.
And all that? You do that for the homes as well? Where you can do 3D if they want something or whatever, you guys do all that as well?
Absolutely. So our manufacturer creates a rendering for the customer, and they have to approve the rendering before we actually start with the purchase order.
So you guys can come, do your custom thing, whatever you want done, and you can see it basically before it gets printed.
Yeah, the rendering takes a couple days, but yeah, absolutely. You can 100% see what your home is going to look like, what your gym's going to look like.
That's so cool.
Your field's going to look like before you actually pay us. So it's a free rendering. And
for the people that could be potential customers for you guys, aside from buying the product for installers, the homeowners or the landlords or these big developments or whatever it may be, they how does the payment process work?
It's typically 50-50, so they pay a deposit before we start working, and they pay the final deposit when we finish the job.
Okay.
They have to sign a completion paper, making sure that they're happy before they make a payment. So they'll do a walkthrough with our team captain, the team installer, or chief installer. They'll do a walkthrough of the area when they've completed. Customer signs off on the completion report, and then we'll send the final invoice. No final invoice is sent till they've approved the final job.
Okay.
Yeah. Payments can be made credit card, check, or cash. And we also work with Wells Fargo, Hearth, and Finance of America for financing.
Oh, you guys get the financing for
absolutely
anyone?
No minimum. You can finance your entire job even if it's $1,500.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Ruben's got it locked in, guys. If you walk in,
there's
you
no
are
excuse.
leaving. Guys, you're leaving with turf or some glue or something when you walk in this place.
There's no excuse.
I want a turf hat, dude. Make me a turf hat. That's what I want.
People that finance $30,000 projects pay a couple $100 a month. I'd rather do that.
Yeah, it makes more sense
than dish $30,000 or whatever, or $1,500. Finance it. You
could.
And the interest rates are really low. If you have great credit, you can do 12 months or 18 months no interest.
That's good. It's like buying at Rooms to Go, guys.
And no collateral needed, right?
Yeah, no collateral needed.
So
where can people find you? You're on Instagram. What's your IG?
We're on Instagram at Top Turf, Artificial Grass or Artificial Grass by Ruben. Our website is great, Top Turf Artificial Grass.
TopTurfArtificialGrass.com.
That's right. And we have a YouTube channel, which we show how to do installs on there.
What's that?
It's just Top Turf.
Top Turf
Artificial Grass or Top Turf Miami on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Pinterest, Showroom, You name it. I mean, I think we're everywhere. We have a marketing team in-house in the second floor there, which you'll meet later. But their sole job is to make sure we're found everywhere.
Yeah, if you Google yourself and you don't pop up, you
don't exist.
Yeah, you got to call upstairs.
You don't exist.
Hey,
brother.
what's going on? You came to work today? I'm not on Google.
That's right. and I'm branded head to toe everywhere I go. My wife thinks I only have Top Turf clothes.
For real. Dude, my closet is all Asian ornamental and plant movement.
I live and breathe this business. I'm 100% dedicated to it. So
you have to be, man.
If you're not, then
you have to be. Yeah. It's 10, 11 o'clock at night. You're still thinking about work.
I have a passion for what I do. So
we love it.
I try to minimize it. I have kids at home, but I get calls at night and I answer. Yeah, I get emails and I answer. I shouldn't, but I do.
It's hard, dude. Yeah. It's hard because like Eddie asked me today. He's like, dude, like we were talking about something I would love to do, right? For time away or whatever for Father's Day. I was like, dude, what I'm doing right now, I love doing. This is what I want to do. Awesome. You know, like I don't care to be anywhere else, right? Yeah. So, hey, dude, thank you so much, man. No, man. This was a great episode. Thank you so much for letting us come and set this up in your showroom. And we're going to go have some fun now and film the vlog. So if you guys want to see what Ruben's really about, we're going to do the vlog with Ruben right now. And we're going to have some real fun. So make sure you check that out on the Plant Movement Podcast on YouTube. This will be up on, well, you guys already listened to it at this point. Guys, stay tuned for the next episode because it's going to be fire. We're going to continue bringing you professionals in the industry, listening to their stories, listening to what they bring to the table, and helping us all network and grow together. All right, if you guys need anything from Ruben, what's the phone number they can reach you at?
They can reach 844-398-7110. We have many phone numbers, but that's the main phone number, 844-398-7110.
Call them and they'll take care of anything, and I'm very confident saying that. All right, guys, God bless you. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Thank you, guys.